Trump did not invite Modi to attend his inauguration, which was a disdain for the world's largest democracy. Instead, he invited Xi Jinping, the president of China, which is considered a dictatorship by the Indians. However, Xi Jinping did not accept, but took a compromise and sent a high-level envoy, Zheng, to attend. Why do Indians desperately want Trump to invite them? To highlight the value of democratic alliances. But Americans ignore it. What makes Indians even more upset is that Trump expressed his hope to visit China within 100 days. He seems to have a lot to talk to Xi Jinping about. India, a former Democratic alliance and member of the Quad Security Dialogue, did not appear in the pages of American news. In fact, the people invited to Trump's inauguration this time were mostly American politicians, well-known entrepreneurs, European right-wing leaders, and leaders from other regions with similar political ideas to Trump. China, which is the most concerning for American politicians, also had a presence. Because Washington, D.C. was too cold, the venue of the inauguration ceremony was changed from outdoor to indoor. Many foreign envoys who originally had the opportunity to attend were disqualified from watching the ceremony. If Xi Jinping were present in person, he could only wait in line with many politicians to meet Trump. It is not a glorious thing, and it is difficult for Chinese media to brag about it. If Modi were invited, the Indian media would undoubtedly celebrate and boast about India's superpower status. However, the truth is harsh. Trump only invites those he deems important. It is said that Ursula von der Leyen, the president of the European Commission and a spokesperson for U.S. interests in Europe, was not invited. What qualifications does Modi have for the United States? India is merely a watchdog. When needed, it is thrown a bone to provoke China. When not, it is left to fend for itself. Wall Street even views India as a target for exploitation, frantically shorting its market. Such an ally is not really significant. Australia and New Zealand are Anglo-Saxon compatriots, and though Japan and South Korea may be seen as servants, they are still given a higher status. But a dog can never seek equal status with humans. India's status is similar to that of the Philippines, another watchdog. The military bases in the Philippines are still crucial to the United States, making the Philippines more valuable than India. I came across a joke where a Korean commented on China-US relations on Xiaohongshu and was angrily criticized by American netizens. A conquered country like you should just pay the protection fee, and we will protect you. It's not your place to comment on China-US affairs. Indeed, when core interests are at stake, Trump has no time to meet with a watchdog. He must meet with his rival, Xi Jinping, to address the practical interests that matter to him. According to political commentators, Trump needs Xi Jinping's help in the following matters: combating drug crimes. The spread of fentanyl in the United States has left the government struggling to address the crisis. Controlling fentanyl requires full cooperation from the Chinese government. Many Americans believe that tensions between the two countries have led China to allow fentanyl to be smuggled into the U.S. This belief reflects a cynical mindset. In reality, China has strict drug policies and would not condone drug smuggling due to political differences. However, the U.S.'s mistrust of China stems from projecting its own behavior onto others. This lack of trust has led to repeated calls for greater Chinese cooperation. Even if Trump personally requests assistance, the Chinese government may only make token efforts to placate him. The primary responsibility for the fentanyl crisis lies with the U.S.'s insufficient crackdown on drug trafficking and the negligence of its police forces, issues that China cannot resolve for them. Second, addressing China's trade surplus with the U.S., Trump may push China to increase imports from the U.S. and reduce exports to balance trade. The challenge, however, is that many of the high-tech products China wants, like chips, are restricted by U.S. export controls. Meanwhile, the products the U.S. wants China to buy, such as agricultural goods and energy resources, touch on national security concerns for China. Relying heavily on U.S. imports could leave China vulnerable if relations deteriorate and the U.S. decides to halt exports. For trade relations to improve meaningfully, Americans must move beyond a confrontational mindset and consider China's legitimate interests. Negotiations cannot progress if one side holds a metaphorical stick, ready to strike. The most pressing priority for China is to ensure it has a stick of its own to counterbalance such threats. 3. The Ukrainian War. The United States believes that the Chinese government supports Russia in the Ukraine war, arguing that without such support, Russia would have collapsed long ago. However, there is no evidence to substantiate this claim, and China will not admit to it. Despite these accusations, the reality is that the severe sanctions imposed by the US and Europe have cornered Russia. This ensures that Russia is unlikely to forgive Ukraine or make substantial concessions anytime soon. In fact, Russia might escalate its offensive and aim to completely oust Zelensky, especially as the US and its Western allies grow increasingly reluctant to deepen their financial and military commitments to Ukraine. If the West wants Russia to concede or negotiate, they may need China to mediate. Ending the war in Ukraine is one of Trump's campaign promises, but achieving this without China's involvement would be challenging. A successful resolution could become a significant political achievement for Trump. China, too, would be happy to assist, as opposing war aligns with its long-standing position. I came across a report by Palki Sharma, who highlighted an incident involving Pannun, the leader of the Khalistani organization wanted by the Indian government. She criticized his presence at Trump's celebration party as a grave error on America's part. Sharma suggested that Pannun likely did not receive a direct invitation from Trump, but might have purchased the ticket himself. However, when the celebration was moved indoors due to cold weather, many foreign envoys and institutions were disqualified from attending because of limited space. Pannun's ability to secure a spot under such circumstances indicates he likely has strong supporters within American political circles. This level of access is not something that could be achieved simply by spending money. This is not an oversight by the Americans. It's that they simply don't care about India's opinions. After all, Canada is often seen as the 51st state of the United States. Modi's decision to send people to Canada to assassinate a Sikh leader was a significant insult to the U.S. The Biden administration has already retaliated by shorting India's market and pursuing legal action against Adani. Pannun's attendance at Trump's party is just another blow to Modi's pride. Of course, Modi's supporters need not be disheartened. Trump will think of Modi once he's dealt with more pressing matters. When Wall Street has made enough money from exploiting India, and when tensions with China rise again, Trump will give Modi a call and say, "Hey brother, it's time for us to meet. This time I've prepared 100 bones for you. You must shout at China, and better yet, bite it, for the sake of freedom and democracy." When that happens, Palki Sharma will undoubtedly celebrate again. Look how valuable democratic alliances are. If you enjoyed this analysis, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to the channel. Let us know your thoughts in the comments below. What do you think about the dynamics between the US, India, and China? See you in the next video. Thanks for watching.